Good morning, traders. Tuesday, October 11th, we are live. Gonna wait for a few people to show up. Give me a thumbs up if you could hear me. All right, we're just gonna kind of hang out here and wait a few minutes, give people some time to get in and join us. Why are we on the MES? I do not know. Go ahead and cancel that one. Alright, so I had everything set up there for the MES today. Not sure why we did that, but we did it. Alright, so let's go ahead and draw a few new trend lines here. Yeah, so I just got a text message from Russo saying, should I redo my charts? Good morning, Russo. I'm just sitting here, like, thinking the same thing. I'm like, all right, so I don't even know how I did that on the MES, but yes, so I'm in, no, you don't have to redo your charts.
So I'm in MNQ.
Yeah, we're in the MNQ now, but I did the same thing. For some reason, I had the tab open for the MES, and I just looked at it. I'm like, wait a second, why are we on the MES? So yeah, now I got to go ahead and draw the lines again real quick.
Okay. See if we come up with the same lines.
Yeah, like I'm just sitting here looking. I'm like, what's going on? What happened?
You're still on a different chart. You're on NQ.
Oh, come on!
All right.
I'm glad you saw that.
Taking a sip of coffee now.
All right, here we go. Well, it looks like that'll just carry over, and because yeah, that'll carry over. But it would have made a huge difference had I got in a trade. I took a couple of trades today, but look at this. Remember yesterday I was figuring out the $2 thing?
Yes.
Well, I had to, on my phone, I had it set for 50 contracts, and I ended up taking 2 trades not realizing it was 50 contracts. So I was like,
hope you did well.
yeah, but I was like, come on. So, all right, so hopefully a couple more people will join us today. They said they were gonna. I am broadcasting on YouTube, so maybe some people are there. I'd have to keep this up if they have any. Whatchamacallit? I need to get another screen or figure out how to get another thing up there because the OBS Studio has a comment box where I could look at all their comments when I'm live. However, if I close out the big thing, I don't know, it just shuts everything down and I can't have it open right now. So
Yeah, it's good. You'll get all that down pat.
yeah, and I'm recording this one, but no, I'm not recording this one because I'm streaming it to YouTube, and YouTube records it for you. So when you're done, it automatically posts. So that's good, and then we'll just bring the videos into the Discord and another channel. Yesterday I was trying to get the YouTube all set up, but with the playlist and, you know, get rid of the older things and all that stuff, but it wasn't working. I don't know why, but anyhow, let me just finish setting these up and then we'll give people a few more minutes to join in. Alrighty. Now let's see if we can get a trend line. Nah, it's not really going to be beneficial at all. Alright, so
I have to change my colors again.
let's put this guy right over here. Alright, well, they can watch the replay, but you got your chart set up and everything. You're ready to go right now?
I believe so. My trend lines look different than yours a little bit. I think I have too many. So my lines are support and resistance.
Yeah. And
And
there's another one
this
actually right in this
First-
area.
yeah, that's the one I have on there.
Yeah, I had it on the other one. Let me get it in there. That's where we're at right now. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and start. They could watch the replay later on. I actually talked with one guy yesterday on the phone, and he was at work trying to watch the video. He's a friend of mine, and he's going to join us. So one of the things I want to show you guys, and I want you all to know, like, you know, when I sit there in my videos and I'll tell you, you know, I'll say, guys, you know, I know this bar isn't going to work. I know this isn't going to work. I know we're not going to break out. You know, and I never really explained how I know that other than, you know, doing it so long. But let me explain this to you guys a little bit different, all right? When you guys are looking at like a range, okay? Let's just say we got this range here, right? And I've showed you guys multiple times about the ranges. Okay, we'll do the range, and then we'll have, well, this is a range within a range. So you'll have your no trade zone there, and then on this bigger range.
Excuse me.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. What time frame are you on right now? What's your time period?
2 minute.
Okay, let me match up with you. Okay, thank you.
All right, so one of the things that I never really showed you guys, again, we have these areas where, you know, we call them no trade zones. Whenever we have range or sideways movement, we mark off, you know, not the top and not the bottom, but in the middle. That middle area is where you want to stay away from. All right, so this morning, what I'm going to show you guys now is how to know for certain when the stock is going to make that upward move out of that range. All right, it's going to take a lot of the guesswork out of it for you. So let's go ahead and do that right here. So notice in the ranges here, right, you have the big moves down, the big moves up, big moves down, big moves up, and, you know, it keeps touching the range. But then at the end of it, it starts consolidating above 50% of that bottom range. You see how that happens?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's keep that in mind. And now let's go back over here at another range where we broke out. All right, because it's on every range, and this is how I can tell you when they're going to break out and when they're not. Again, we have our range, right? We have our no trade zone. But what do you notice? As it's bouncing around, right, making lower lows, but then we start consolidating in the upper 50% of that range. And that looks really terrible. So we start, let's just say this is your 50% mark. And let me use a different color than yellow because everything is that color. So we'll go with white.
Is that Bandit? A little red.
Hey bandits, welcome, welcome. So I'm speaking about ranges now. You can go back and start it from the beginning when you do the live replay, but you're kind of here just in time. So whenever we're going to get a breakout above this range, okay, it's always going to consolidate in the upper 50% of the entire range, okay? So like here, this wasn't, if you consider this area right here a range, you never got a consolidation in the upper 50%, and then it fell down, all right? So it's going to take you some time to get it. You know, watch the video a few times, but I'll be speaking about it consistently as we go forward. I haven't spoke about it yet with you guys. So notice that in this area of the range, I got to make my own epic pen, put these guys out of business. So notice in this area of the range, we are consolidating in the upper 50 percentile of the entire range, okay? So if you look at the big range, we're now consolidating in the upper 50% of that range. That's where you're going to start looking for the real breakout to happen, okay? So what I want you guys to get familiar with is, think of, I always tell you, big bars leading up to an area of a breakout are not going to work, okay? And how do I know that? Well, one, from tons of experience, okay, from watching the markets forever and just trading for a really long time, okay? This kind of stuff comes with experience, and if you're really serious about trading and you stare at the charts all day, even when you may not feel like it, you know, that's what's going to put you above the rest of the people, all right? You know, trading gurus can sell you courses, they can sell you stuff, but, you know, all of the traders that have been around for a while, we didn't have YouTube when we were trading. We didn't have, you know, we had books, stuff like that. So you guys got, you know, endless information at your fingertips, which I think causes a lot of people not to really focus on the charts, which is the number one thing that's going to teach you how to trade. All right. If you listen to anybody out there, any professional trader, any successful trader, they're going to tell you, you know, some of them took 4 years to become profitable. Some of them took 6, some of them took 8, but they never gave up. And at the end of the day, they all became successful. So the reason why big bars don't work leading up to a resistance area is you have to think of it like fireworks being lit on the ground, okay? What happens with a firework when it shoots way up in the sky, right? It loses its momentum, right? So with what I'm teaching you right now, if you're in this 50 percentile area and above, well, now when those fireworks start, here's your ground. Okay? You guys see what I'm saying? So when you're ripping up from the ground, coming up into a resistance area, it's never going to work, because by that point, the fuel of that fire has fizzled out. So anytime you're in a range-bound area like that and you're looking for them to make that fast, easy money, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the fireworks to start in the upper 50 percentile of the overall range, all right? And then you always got to remember, look left, and where's your rocket fuel going to be, all right? And that's where you want to enter that trade. Now, right here in this area, we broke through, okay? So the second candle would have been your entry candle with your stop just below this candle here. And it would have never, your stop would have never got hit on that entry. And then you got a pullback, which I tell you guys all the time is indicative of breakouts, right? Typically they're not that close or that quick. You guys follow me? I can hear you, by the way, Bandits, if you have a microphone on.
He doesn't have his on. He's on mute.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you can unmute if you want.
Maybe I muted you. How do I unmute?
No, he has to go down and hit the button
Oh,
where his
okay.
icon is.